them eight. There are eight of them. The first was my father. Here's one. Two is Herbert. Three is a football player. I'll get to him, and as I speak, I point to them. I don't want to leave anybody out. Sometimes I forget their names. Okay, so I am going to begin married to number 4, Ron Mallory, and we were in Saint-Tropez. Anyone heard of Saint-Tropez? In the south of France? It's by Cannes. Have you heard of Cannes? You know the Mediterranean?
Yeah.
It's a port and it's very posh. And I was coming out of the water and there was a man who my husband said hello to him, and he knew he had this big boat in the port. It was called the Melanie. It was 200, I don't know, the biggest boat in the port. And in Saint-Tropez, what you did, instead of looking for women or famous people, you looked at boats and you tried to figure out who owned what boat. So that was the game. And we figured out who owned this big boat. It was called the Melanie. Was a man called Sam Spiegel. Has anybody heard of Sam Spiegel? Yes, you do, and you don't remember. He produced Lawrence of Arabia, African Queen, On the Waterfront, On the Bridge of the River Kwai, and he was a very successful producer. So I was coming out of the water, and my ex-husband went up and said hello to him, and he said, we love your boat. You have the Melanie at the port. And he said, yes, I do. I'm going on a cruise tomorrow to Corsica. Would you like to come? And he said, sure. So sure enough, we showed up at port at 6 in the morning, and we got on this boat, which had a crew of 50 and white glove service, and we took off for Corsica. Our first stop was in Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat. That's a little town on the Mediterranean. And the first man who came to lunch put out his hand. He said, I am Kirk Douglas. Remember him? Mm-hmm. Kirk Douglas, Spartacus. So he said hi, and he came on. He knew Sam's boat, and he showed us the boat. Now, Sam was a playboy, and he came to his bedroom. He said, you see this mirror here? It's a two-way mirror. And in other words, Sam liked to watch. He was a little naughty. But I was married, fortunately, so Sam couldn't get near me. And then we went off to Portofino, and we met David Niven. Do you remember David Niven? Some of you do. And his wife, Yordis. Well, he was coming down with Lou Gehrig's disease at the time, but his wife was really more ebullient than him. She was very, very gentle and outspoken and spoke for him. He was not feeling too well. Then we went off to Corsica, and there was a boat coming to us. We were having lunch with a mystery couple. We didn't know who it was. So my ex-husband went down to the port and was taking a movie. We wanted to see who this guest was. And there was a little boy and a woman in a battered straw hat and another man on the boat. It was about 30 feet, and it was Princess Grace and Prince Rainier. And Princess Grace wore red rubber thongs and a one-piece white suit and was so down to earth, you cannot imagine. She was really, really, really nice. So, now Sam, Herbert, where are you going? Herbert, I have to get, he wants to be a resident here. Herbert,